I don't know. I guess we got to bring this up. We're convinced Spaz does things just to get us to talk about him on the show.
I'm convinced. You should have seen what he just did.
He just, dude, do you have a concussion?
You have to be, your head has to be split open.
Let me see. Ant, explain what he just did. You asked him to go get a Sharpie or something, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The hell is that?
What did he do?
Oh, well, that'll work. So he's ready to walk out the door. He goes, okay, all right. So he's shaking hands with a couple of guests here, and he leans over to shake one guy's hand and then goes to run out the door. So he's still leaning over. He turns, still leaned over, and wails the side of his head into the door jamb so hard it made like a boom, like a thud.
Because he doesn't do anything in slow motion. Everything has to be at full speed.
99 miles an hour, and he's going nowhere.
So he just slammed his head. Man. Slammed it.
There's nothing in there.
It's okay. It's empty.
Look at it. It's all red, man.
Yeah, look. You can see the door jamb on the side of his head. Well, he dented the door. Now it doesn't work.
No, Spaz, stay in here. Stay in here. We might as well get into this a little bit. So after the show last night, Ant?
Yeah.
I took my brothers and Rick and Ben and Mark and Spaz down to Paisano, Mulberry Street, right?
Like that scene out of The Other Sister where the family, they have to take the retarded kid along. I want the chicken.
One point, we got the whole restaurant to do the Spaz chant. It was hilarious.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool.
I think that restaurant is filled with O&A fans every night.
Oh, Paisanos?
Yeah. You walk in and it's like, I don't know.
So was Joey there?
Yeah, Joey was there.
Took care of you?
Yeah, he took care of us big time.
Yeah, he rocks, man.
Joey's got to relax on that Chimay, though.
Oh. You know, we had him in here once, and we cracked open a bottle of Chimay. He loved it, and now he orders it for his restaurant. And when we go there, the bottles just don't stop.
Yeah.
It's like, Joey, man. When I was there last time, I had so many that at one point I turned and I pulled a Spaz. I spilt the Chimay. It went right in Joey's lap. And then I'm like, look, Joey wet himself.
But they have a way of filling up your glass when you don't notice.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, at the end of the night, I'm like, oh, I did pretty well tonight. I had a beer and a half. Joey goes, no, you killed 2 bottles, man.
Yeah, the bottles.
Because every time you turn around and talk to someone or whatever, he's like sneaking and pouring, and filling up your glass a little more.
Yeah, never empties.
Never empty. So, but thank you, Joey. We had a great time. Great time. I don't think they're serving the Chimay yet.
No?
They're going to do that very, very soon.
Oh, the private stock then.
Well, very soon he's going to be.
You mean he doesn't have Chimay?
No, he has lots of Chimay. He has lots of Chimay.
Oh, okay.
He just needs more because he knows he's going to go through a lot of it. So to keep it on the menu, he's going to.
Right.
He's working with some distributors. How's that sound, Anthony?
I don't care. I drink Bud.
All right. All right. Here's the deal. So we leave the station because we had a reservation for 8. So we had to hustle down there. We jump on the N and the R.
Yeah.
And I don't have a Metro card. I'm a loser. I'm the guy that waits online with everyone else to buy the stupid tokens.
The token.
Everyone else that lives in the city, they got the Metro cards. It's the way to go, obviously.
Sure.
So Mark and Ben have Metro cards. That we see the train. We're not waiting. So Mark and Ben are going, come on through, and they're using their Metro cards, and we're all going through. There was 8 of us, okay?
Yeah.
Everyone got through the turnstile except for, figure it out, Ant.
Spaz. Yeah.
And then you were pissed off. You thought we left you, but we were trying to get the train. So we jump on the train.
Pulls away.
He was screaming because he couldn't get through the turnstile. Mark and Ben took their Metro cards at this point because they wanted to make the train, right? Come on! So there's Spaz at the turnstile screaming at himself. Come on! So now he has to go on the long line to get a token because the Metro cards are gone. We're on the train. So he misses the train.
You just leave him.
We left him.
Ah, that's funny.
Now, honestly, I'm a twisted bastard and stuff. I honestly felt bad. I'm like, why didn't you guys wait for him, So at this point, Rick stayed behind because he had to make some phone calls for the show. And it turns out, actually, Rick's got to help me with the story here. It turns out when he jumped on the N and the R, you ran into Spaz, right? He took the next train or whatever?
Actually, he came all the way back to the building.
Oh, my.
What?
Why?
So, yeah.
Why did you do that?
Just grab a mic.
Oh, God, I hate putting him on the air. Now he's got to come by me again.
But he does. I'm convinced he does this stuff so he gets airtime.
Why did you come back here?
Because I wanted to work on a project anyway, so.
All right, so you figured you weren't going to make dinner with us?
Yeah.
All right.
No, listeners, we didn't forget that he says he's working on a project. I know you all want to know what it is. We haven't forgotten.
Next week, they'll know.
We'll get to it.
Working on a project.
He's working on a project.
Spaz's theory of relativity.
Wait, you're working on a project to abuse me, aren't you?
No. He's
What?
definitely not.
Why am I out of the loop on this one?
Because you
Not
weren't in the
alone.
office when he mentioned it. That's all.
So it's about me. All right,
No,
what's,
it's not
all right, what's
about
the,
you.
What's the Spaz project?
Why does it have to be kept secret, dude?
It doesn't have to be kept secret. I just thought it'd be funny for the listeners if they had
No, they
bated
sh-
breath.
No, they should know about this. It's
All right.
Spaz's college
Radio tapes.
radio tapes.
Okay, yeah,
From when
sorry.
he was the head muckety-muck of his college radio station.
The best of.
That everybody who's ever worked with Spaz at that college radio station has emailed us saying that you weren't anything. You weren't the head of it. You weren't. You occasionally pushed a button on the board. People write us all the time going, if that a-hole says again that he was the head of the radio station, I'm going to punch him in the face. He
for a
did
year.
nothing. He pushed like a button occasionally.
That is not true.
Yeah, okay.
And
That is not true.
if Spaz brings in his college tapes,
Yeah.
I'll bring in my first radio demo tape.
I think I heard that one.
It is really, really bad, and you guys will have a field day with this.
Hi, it's Opie.
Pretty much.
How you doing?
But anyway, so all right.
So yeah, he came all the way back into the building.
Yeah.
Left the subway. And he lucked out because I had just gotten to the elevators, turned around, went back because I forgot something. And so if I'd have gotten on those elevators, we never would have, I never would have seen him. I never would have, got him on the train.
So basically, you both walk back to the N and the R.
Back downstairs.
It's very important to the story that Spaz missed the first train because we didn't, get the Metro card in the slot in time for him. All right. So you both get on the N and the R, right?
Get on the N and the R.
Listen to what this sick bastard does, and you think I'm a twisted F.
Oh, no.
I truly felt bad. And
right.
I'm not just saying that for the radio. I was like, Rick, there's something wrong with you. You think there's something wrong with me. Go ahead.
Well, at that point, Spaz was starting to fume because he was explaining to me everything that happened, how he got left behind, and he was pissed off at Mark like you wouldn't believe. And so I was like, all right, well, just calm down. You're on the train now. We'll just ride it down to whatever street we have to get off for Paisanos, and we'll be fine. I go, just hang out.
Right.
And he's, every stop he's like, is this the one? I'm like, no, just sit down, relax. Next stop, is this the one? No. Sit down, relax. I'm like, Spaz, I'm going to go check that map over there in the subway car just to make sure we're getting off at the right stop. So as the train is pulling up to Canal Street where we're supposed to get off, I look at the map,
Oh, no.
fully knowing where I am. And on the subway, when the bell starts to ring, that means the doors are about to close?
Yeah.
Well, Spaz is sitting in the middle of the car looking at some fat chick. So I just kind of jump out of the train, and the doors close.
So now Spaz is left on the N and the R, heading toward Brooklyn.
Come on!
So as I hop out, the doors close. I look in, and I kind of wave to him. And he gives me that deer in the headlight look like,
Oh, man.
and the train starts pulling away because there's no way you can get off now.
No,
It's
of
the
course not.
subway.
Now he's only, 2-3 stops away from Brooklyn.
2 or 3 stops away from never seeing this poor boy again.
So Rick shows up at Paisano. I'm like, what happened? And then you're laughing so hard.
Well, the thing is, I walk in and I'm like, Mark, man, he's pissed at you. Well, where is he? I left him on the train.
Oh, man.
So he comes storming into Paisano, making a scene.
Like 10 minutes later.
Making a scene.
A real live scene? What-
He was pissed.
Leave me on the train.
That's exactly how he sounded. So what happened?
He was like Frankengook walking in like like a head full of steam. His big hair was even bigger now because he was irritated. He was like a porcupine.
The redheaded
It was
Kramer.
so funny. And the thing is, he's yelling at Mark. He's not even yelling at me that I left him in the middle of the city where he doesn't know where he is.
So did you make it to Brooklyn, Spaz, or did you figure it out and get off at the next stop?
I got off the next stop, waited for the next train, took it back up. Then I walked around a little bit because I really didn't know where to go, and I got off at Canal Street. But I asked somebody, and they pointed me in the right direction.
Very good. And you were really pissed at both these guys, right?
Yes, I was. Because that was the second time Mark ever left me behind.
Hey, if you're ashamed.
So you just stepped off of the train, though, looking at him?
Yeah, just kind of bounced off.
That must have just looked hysterical.
Oh, yeah, to him.
Yeah. All right. I'm sick of Spaz.
It was so funny. And then we're just starting the Spaz chant, and what does he say? He goes,
He says, "Oh, don't use my radio name in public."
Come on!
I only said that because it would be nice to be called by my real name out in public.
But nobody knows your real name, Spaz.
So the whole place was chanting Spaz.
We
huh?
got a lot of tables to start chanting Spaz, and then people started coming over and giving their respects to Spaz, just flat out abusing him in front of everyone. It was hilarious, man.
Oh, man.
Every person had something to say about Spaz.
Yeah, that rocks, man.
But I really felt bad when Rick told me what he did to Spaz. He just jumped off the train
That's
at the
a
last
great
second.
move. I can't believe you just looked at him.
Yeah, I just kind of, because he had his head turned, and guess what he was looking at? A fatty.
That rocks.
Looking at a fatty.
That rocks.
She wasn't just a chick, she was a fat chick.
So
Yeah.
it was very entertaining.
Well, I'm glad you had a good night there, Spaz.
Your food was great.
Yeah, well, of course. It's Paisanos.
Right.
I kind of made it up for him. I paid a little bit for him.
All right, Spaz,
Paid a little bit.
go answer the phones. Okay. See,
There he
we
goes.
were able to tell a Spaz story without really having him on the air. That was kind of nice.
Yeah, because it's just, a little too much. A little Spaz overload here.
But between him, like, almost knocking himself out, running out of the studio and hitting the door frame at full speed, and then
Yeah,
yesterday
that was a
leaving
good
him
one.
on the train, what are you going to do? You got to bring that crap up.
Sure.
It's just a mess.